My name is Gregory Rothstein. I'm majoring in art, media, and design with a concentration in photography. I'm here today to celebrate my science teacher from high school, Mrs. Stazarowski from Deerfield High School in Chicago, Illinois. Mrs. S in the classroom always had, she was very sassy. She had a good relationship with the students, where she was able to kind of be a teacher, but was also very sassy. She was kind of one of those teachers who wouldn't take it from any student. She would, if a student were to give her sass, she's the type that would give it right back and, put the student on the spot. And I always thought that was funny, because there were all those kids who misbehaved, and she would always just put them in their place, and she'd stand up to it. She wouldn't take that from anybody. And she's this short 5'2". I'm sure she's gonna yell at me for getting her height wrong, but she wouldn't take it from anybody. And I always admired that about her. But she also had a smile. The way she taught was just always, it was not just lecturing. It wasn't just kind of her talking and on and on and on. She would engage in the classroom and just make sure that everybody was kind of learning. And, she always had a smile on her face about it too, which was great. And I think when a teacher, you can see that a teacher's enjoying everything, you can tell that the students are able to enjoy it too and feed off of that. I hadn't seen Mrs. S in 2 years. I'd been emailing her, but I'd gone to my first choice college, and things did not work out as well as I had hoped. And so for some reason, after I came back, the person who one of the people I felt most comfortable with beyond my parents was Mrs. Stazarowski. She always, I think she saw something in me where she wanted to see me succeed, and I just needed someone to talk to, who I could talk to, who would be able to kind of listen. And my parents were very disappointed in a couple of the things that went down, but with Mrs. S, I think I could see her as a parental figure, but someone who could also be able to be like, you know what, it's okay, you're gonna be fine. And so I met her for coffee and told her kind of what happened. I felt ashamed of what had happened, but you grow, you learn from it, you make mistakes. But she was very comforting and says, it's gonna be okay. You just gotta kind of take a few steps back, get everything back together, and eventually you can kind of dust yourself off and get back to school. And that's exactly what I did. And it's kind of neat that I'm now about to graduate from the school that she graduated from. Teachers and inspiration are just two words that go well together. They get us excited about the content that we are learning about. Sure, Mrs. S taught science, and here I am being a photography major, but at the end of the day, I know that she wants me to go into education, and I think somehow it's gonna happen. I have no plans to go into it, but she's inspired me. I want to be able to have that. I want to be able to inspire kids the way that she inspired me. If there's something I could say to Mrs. S, obviously it'd be thank you for everything that you've done for me, for my education. I think there is no other person beyond my parents who have shaped me into the person I've become. I mean, you sincerely believed in me when I was at a very low academic point in high school, and you saw something in me that I must have not seen at the time, and just ensured that I was going to get a good education and that I was going to be okay. We all have our little slip-ups, we all kind of mess up, but at the end of the day, you'd always been there for me. And I don't think I would be where I am today academically had it not been for kind of you taking me under your wing. So sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.